Welcome back to the Charles in Charge Cowboys Sports Report. It is the 2nd of August. It is late Friday night, Central Time, 11:41 Central Time, my time. So on the East Coast, it's 12:41 a.m. On the Pacific, it is 9:41 p.m. Now I'm attempting to do a live show. It is late, but being that it's Friday, I think there might be some Cowboy Nation still prowling the web. We shall see. This is the Charles in Charge Cowboy Sports Report. This is your first time watching this content or even hearing about it. I'm 82 away from 500. It's my first milestone. When I hit 500 subs, we'll have a raffle for a Emmitt Smith Rookie of the Year card giveaway. When I hit 1,000, we'll have a raffle for a signed autographed football by Larry Allen. May he rest in peace. Raffle giveaway. Soon, once I hit those milestones, this show will become one of the shows you look forward to watching, whether you're a big Law Nation fan, a big Fish at Six fan, a big Tom Downey fan, Cowboy Sports Talk, Mark Holmes, whatever your flavor may be. I'm pretty much a big mix of everything, like a gumbo. I don't have inside access to the star like Mike Fisher. I'm a journalist. I'm, first game I witnessed, Super Bowl 28 against Buffalo. Fell in love with the Cowboys. Didn't no rhyme or reason as a little kid. Ever since then, I bled blue and silver. And tonight, headlining this live show is that my early prediction when I went game for game is that we are going 13-4. I could possibly see us go 14-3, maybe 15-2. Call me biased, call me blind, whatever. And I'll get into that. And I'd like some people to jump in that disagree so we can debate and go tit for tat. That red subscribe button that you see in front of you. If you haven't subscribed, hit that red subscribe button. It's free. It costs you nothing. It's a free investment, if anything. Because once this channel is 500, I can monetize it. Whatever I get will be going back into the channel like a desktop for these live shows, opposed to just my phone, a desktop for filming graphics, where I can show you things, studio equipment, and I'll have a call-in line, just like Law Nation does on my live shows. I will build this thing up to be what it can be, and the show can be really, really special. Now, I'm saying we're going to go 12-5 at minimum. Or I'll say the floor is 11 wins minimum. Ceiling is 15. There's a lot of, watching the latest Chat Sports with Tom Downey Q&A, so many people down on this season, so many people down on this team for this season. For some reason, I don't know. It's like the memory is so short. I know the last game, you're as good as your last game, right? Last game was really bad. Have a new defensive coordinator. Have some new bodies. A lot of the old bodies are gone. Choco, you little brother. Let's go Cowboys. Welcome, my man. Hey, I know it's late. It's Friday night. I got things to do tomorrow too, but not too early. So if you can stay with me, let's get some people in here. And let's have a fire show. Ezekiel So Street. Welcoming us. Let's go Cowboys. Check it out, guys. Only subscribers can get this. I'm 82 away from 500. Please hit that sub button. When I hit 500, we have a raffle for a Emmitt Smith rookie card, his Rookie of the Year card. That'll be the first raffle, and then when I hit 1,000, the Larry Allen autographed football. Now, can anybody tell me why they don't think this team will either make the playoffs or have a chance to make a run in the playoffs? Because a lot of people are down and out on the season. A lot of people are thinking the season is going to be name 5 players from the Cowboys. The offensive line: Tyler Guyton, Tyler Smith. We'll say Connor Beebe, Zach Martin, Terrence Steele. Name Soul Street. Name 5 Cowboys from the 2017. See if we can do that. Should be very easy because that's a very popular team. But for some reason, because Ty Smith, even though he was second team All-Pro last year, just because we lost him, we didn't re-sign him. He goes to the Jets. We let Tony Pollard walk to Tennessee. He got paid in Tennessee. We're not going to pay a running back. We learned from doing that with Zeke. We let Biotish walk. He goes to Washington. We let Armstrong and Fowler walk. They go to Washington. Those are just rotational edge guys. We let Jaron Curse, walk. And because of that, we bring in Eric Kendricks. The Wolf Hunter has to retire. We bring in Eric Kendricks. And we bring back Zeke Elliott. And for some reason, everybody's sticking a fork in this team like it's already done. My aunt and husband hates the Cowboys, but I don't care. Yeah, when I was a little kid, I won't pronounce your name right. Ezekiel. It's like Ezekiel, right? But just differently spelled. So straight. My dad hated the Cowboys too, and I was like 5 or 6 watching Super Bowl 28. It was second time to play in Buffalo. My first Cowboy game, and that night I fell in love with them. Don't know why. We were losing 13-6 at halftime. I said one of my first prayers because I was actually feeling it. I was feeling it. And we come back and win 30-13, and I believe because of my age, I believe because of my prayer is why the Cowboys won. So I make a joke that the Cowboys led me to Christ. But ever since then, I bled blue and silver. I watched the entire 94 season and watch us, lose against San Fran. Watch the entire 95 season. Watch us take the gold home that year. By that time, I was used to winning. Then 96 season comes around. We finished 10-6 with the division. We beat Minnesota 40-15 in the wild card round, and then in round 2 we lose to Carolina, and I couldn't believe it. I was 10 years old. I couldn't believe we got bounced in the playoffs in the second round. That we didn't go to at least the NFC Championship game. I remember going to the restroom and I sobbed. I was so pissed. Philadelphia Union Clips. Eagles are way better. Solskjaer says no. Philadelphia Union Clips. ELGS. Eagles. Well, I tell you what, Union Clips. The 2 games that these 2 teams play this year will be good. Just like last season. Last season, now, you got to be honest, too. Hey, I don't mind if you chill with this, man. You ain't got to spam, like, you know what I mean? But in the 2 games that the Cowboys and Eagles played last season, in the first game, y'all got lucky. We were 6 yards away from stealing that, and we got back-to-back penalties, right? Back us up to the 25. In game number 2, we gave it to y'all. Beat y'all by 20, and could have beat y'all by 30 if we wanted to. Now, I want to know your opinion, because I've never seen a team start 10-1, being the catbird seat of the number 1 seed, and then slide as bad as they did to finish 11-7. So at 10-1, they only won 1 more game the rest of the season, and they went 1-6 down the stretch. What do you think happened? Phillies Union Clip. I've never seen a team take that big of a dive. At 10, I know those first 10 wins were close wins. You know what I mean? Those first 10 wins, y'all were just getting by, guys. Like when y'all beat Buffalo. Josh Allen just completely missed his guy in the end zone. The receiver number 2. I can't think of his name at the time. Against Kansas City. Ball bounced y'all's way. Y'all were finding ways to win, but it looks suspect. And then when y'all played San Francisco, I know San Francisco whooped our ass. When y'all played San Francisco, that's when the exposure happened. And after San Fran, y'all came to our crib and got decimated too. And then to lose to the Giants in Arizona 2 of the last 3 weeks, that'd be tough. Defense got worn. Our morale was low. But like when you 10-1, I don't see how morale could be low. You know what I mean? I don't know. And y'all had mega depth. Y'all didn't have Hargrave. He went to the Niners, but you had Jalen Carter, who as a rookie played really good. Jordan Davis playing better in his second year. You still have Fletcher Cox, still have Jason Kelsey. The heart and soul of your offensive and defensive line. Those 2 guys who aren't there no more. You good, my man. You keep going. Yeah, I have Tourette's. People think Tourette's syndrome is just the thing where you shout out obscenities. It's not just that. You can have that, or you can have regular Tourette's where it just manifests itself in tics and coughs. That's what that is. So the cough It's just like it's like a tick, basically. It's like whenever I twitch. Now, I got your depth chart down here, Mr. Philly. And now with Jason Kelsey, retiring, he was the best center in the NFL. Number one, the best, just like Zach Martin, best right guard. And Fletcher Cox, he steps down, he retires too. He's given the mantle to Carter or Davis, whoever wants it most. Now, you start an offensive line. You got Jordan Mailata, left tackle. Yeah. Philly. A lot of people ask that. I usually address it during the video and at the beginning of the video so people know. Austin Breen, welcome, my man. Everybody, even you too, Philly, if you could subscribe, man, first goal is to get to 500. And then when I do that, the show will start taking off and there'll be a raffle for the Emmitt Smith Rookie of the Year card. But losing Cox and Kelsey, I think, were big just because they were team leaders. So, Philly, since we're the biggest division rivals, it used to be Cowboys and Redskins. But ever since 2000, the hottest NFL game on record, the Pickle Juice game, y'all really became our biggest. Thank you, Austin Bean. Thank you a lot, man. Our biggest division rivals. So, your depth chart. Your tackles, Jordan Mailata and old Lane Johnson still kicking. Your tackles are solid. Your left guard, Landon Dickerson, solid. He's still there. Your right guard, Tyler Steen, kind of iffy. And now Cam Jurgens is going to play at center. He was drafted 2 years ago to succeed Jason Kelsey whenever he retired. Played right guard last season. Now will be playing center for the first time in the NFL. So the offensive line, we'll see what happens. Now, y'all did go out and get Barkley. That was a big move. But last year, y'all did have DeAndre Swift. And honestly, the disparity between Barkley and Swift is not that great. Barkley is better, yes. But when DeAndre Swift is healthy, that boy can ball out too. And Saquon has injury trouble. Injury history just like DeAndre Swift does. Austin Bean, I wanted somebody, Cowboy fan. What was that? I wanted some Cowboy fans to tell me why we're not going to do good this year because there's a lot of people down on this team right now. But then Philly came in, Philadelphia Union Clips, and we're kind of talking Cowboys, Eagles right now. There hasn't been a back-to-back division winner since Philly did it 4 years in a row, 01, 04. I believe, and I believe the Cowboys are going to repeat this season and finally break that trend that's been going on for 20 years. So, Saquon, Jalen Hurts, receiver still A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith. Paris Campbell's your slot guy. He's got speed kills, and Dallas Goedert, that tight end, has been a banger since y'all drafted him in 2018. In 2018, we was trying to get Dallas Goedert, and y'all traded up right in front of us and stole him right out of our grasp because that's who we were trying to get. I think we didn't have lots of great corners, and we made lots of great moves in free agency and in the draft. Yeah. As of right now, your starting corners are Darius Slay, of course, and then his name is last name is Mitchell. It's Quinion Mitchell, right? Something like that. Baseball edits. Welcome, my man. I figured Friday night people should be up, So cool. Welcome, Baseball Edits. This is a Cowboy Syndicate show, but I talk all football, not just Cowboys. I can talk all teams. I love the game. Please subscribe. Like I said, you have to be subbed for the Emmitt Smith Rookie of the Year card when they hit 500, and I'm close. Saquon will be great if he's healthy. Yeah, with the RPO, scheme, they have Hurts and Saquon is a nightmare combination. But I'm getting to something real quick. I got sidetracked with when you talking about defense. Kellen Moore is your new offensive coordinator, and I don't know why Nick Sirianni brought him on. This is Kellen Moore's third team in as many years. Last season he goes to the Chargers, has Justin Herbert, Keenan Allen, Mike Williams, Austin Eckler, has an offense. And they win 5 games. And it wasn't because the defense was allowing 50 a game. He didn't do very well, you know? And that was an offense that would seem to fit him because Kellen Moore is a pass the ball type offensive coordinator. When he took over in 2019, he's White Dak started passing the ball a lot more than he used to. And then 2021, Dak finally got the hang of passing the football because he wasn't a passing quarterback until then. Last 3 seasons, he's become a passing quarterback. No, Austin Bean, it's Tourette syndrome. It just manifests itself in coughs and tics and twitches, shit like that. I used to smoke, but no, that's what that is. So, Philly's offense, I think, is the best when it's run first, when they run the ball first, and then pass off the run. I also get worried about how we will spread the ball to Dallas Goedert, Saquon, AJ, and Devontae Smith. Jalen Hurts is good at giving everybody the rock. And if everybody is in it for the same reason, you know what I mean? I don't see anybody acting like Terrell Owens or Keyshawn on the sideline. Give me the damn ball, you know? If they're all wearing that Batman shirt underneath their jerseys, as long as they get W's, I don't think anybody should be complaining. But I don't think Jalen Hurts operates as well when it's a pass-first offense. I think he's at his best when they run the ball first, RPOs, stuff like that. Then it opens up the passing game for him. It's like they got away from the run last season. 2022, they ran the ball like hell. And, I mean, even without, it was Miles Sanders as running back 1, Boston Scott. They still had Gainwell, I believe. Those 3 backs with Jalen Hurts. The RPO game was nearly unstoppable. And then when you stacked the box, you did stop it. Then you had A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, Dallas Goedert, all the outlets to throw the ball to, you know. That's why they got to the NFC Championship game so easily. Now, I believe it would have been a ball game had Brock Purdy not went down in the first series, but y'all get to the Super Bowl and y'all give Kansas City a run for the money. The play that lost the game ultimately was the muffed snap that was returned for a touchdown by the KC defense. I know it's off topic, but thoughts on Caleb Williams. Caleb Williams is number 1 overall pick, right, for Chicago. DJ Moore just got paid. He's the 7th highest paid receiver in the league now. I thought Justin Fields, besides the fact that he broke the all-time single-season rushing record for a quarterback last year, I thought Justin Fields was still developing, and you get him the right amount of weapons, that team would be on fire. But apparently they didn't see that, so they got Caleb Williams. He has a good number 1 to get the ball to. I don't know if they still have Chase Claypool or not. They have a good slew of running backs. I don't know how good the offensive line is. Man, it's a toss-up, man, really. It's a toss-up. But having the receiver, when I go live, I can forget names that drives me fucking nuts because I have a Rolodex in my head where I don't forget nothing. But when you go live, it's funny you do. DJ Moore. I think having DJ Moore is going to make Caleb Williams' life so much easier. And if Caleb Williams is a real deal, he'll make DJ Moore's life so much easier also. They're going to feed off each other year 1. I don't think the Bears are going to be a playoff team year 1, like C.J. Stroud and whatnot, because D'Amico Ryans is a hell of a head coach. But probably year 2, year 3, Chicago will start making a run for that division. I think it's going to be a process. And they still have, a decent amount of draft picks. But if I was them, I'd have kept Justin Fields and used all those draft picks that I got, from Carolina. Because that trade was similar to the Herschel Walker trade Cowboys did in 1990, you know what I mean? You get multiple firsts, multiple seconds, and thirds. use all of those. Justin Fields is not a bad quarterback. And him and Russell Wilson got in a fight today in practice. Justin Fields threw a touchdown pass, and he looked to Russell Wilson and said, looks like we have the highest paid backup. I'd be at Subway making subs. And Russell Wilson just smacked the shit out of him, and they went at it. I've never seen quarterback one, quarterback two get into a fight, especially in training camp. Pittsburgh might be a dumpster fire this year, which will be good. It'll be beneficially good for both of us, Philly, because we played them this season. Nice talk, gotta go, but I might subscribe. Man, good work. Appreciate it, Philly. Union Clips, have a good night. Be careful out there. Hit that red subscribe button. If you don't like my content in the future, you get unsubscribed. It costs you nothing. But if you do sub, you'll be in the running for the Emmitt Smith Rookie of the Year card, and that thing will continue to increase in value as time goes along. This is just some Friday night quick chat, you know what I mean? No, super main topic, unless there's a pessimistic Cowboy fan that wants to tell me why we might not make the playoffs, and if we do, we'll be probably the 6th seed, maybe the 7th seed, 5th seed if we're lucky. Because I'm telling y'all, we're going to win the division. First time back-to-back division winners for us since 93, 94, no, 94, 95, 95, 96. That's the last time we won back-to-back division titles, 95, 96. This season, I believe we'll win the East. Minimum 11 games we'll win. We'll most likely go 12-5 because we'll probably have 1 or 2 games that we'll let slip through our fingers like we did the last 2 years. In 2022, even without Dak for 5 games, we should have won that division when Philly had a super team. But we lose at Green Bay, blow a 14-point fourth quarter lead, and then lose at Jacksonville, blow a 17-point second half lead. We don't blow those leads, we finish 14-3 with the number 1 seed. And then last season, the games that we blew at Philly, 6 yards away, all we need is 6 yards. Hell, Dak could have ran a quarterback draw got in there to win the football game. We blow that one, and then we blow Miami. 2-point loss, should not have happened, but it did. Hunter Lipke on the opening drive, fumbling the ball at the goal line. Because Tony Pollard didn't have the strength to get past the goal line. He got arm tackled with one arm. That's why having Zeke Elliott this season in the red zone will benefit us a lot, because a play like that where Pollard got stopped at the goal line with one arm by a linebacker, Zeke would have broke that guy's arm off getting inside the end zone. Elliott's not a 3-down back anymore. He's not a dominant back anymore like you would fear in 2016, 17, 18. And even 2019, he was still pretty dominant. But he still serves a hell of a good purpose. And what he can still do, he does very, very well. That's why I would hate it when he was gone last year. He had no business being gone last year. Should have signed him to a vet minimum last season. Instead of him going to New England and wasting a whole year of body damage. You need that hammer. You need that hammer to soften the defensive line. You need that hammer to get you them fourth and shorts that we struggled with last season. 3rd and 1, 4th and 1. Tony Pollard hit a brick wall. Zeke can still run through that brick wall. And you get at the 10-yard line, Elliott will get his nose into the end zone, get you that touchdown. That's facts right there. But so that Philly offense, ton of weapons, offensive line's the only thing that you might wonder how that looks. On defense, right now the depth chart is showing they're running a 3-4 scheme. So the 2 ends would be Milton Williams and Jalen Carter. Jordan Davis would be a nose tackle. 2 outside linebackers would be Bryce Huff and Nolan Smith Jr. The 2 inner backers would be Zach Brown and Devin White. Then at corner, Darius Slay. Then the rookie, Quentin Mitchell. right now is projected as the starter opposite Slay. And then the slot corner be Avante Maddox. Kaylee Ringo be cornerback number 4. Safety, they got Reed Blankenship in the same spot. And where they had Kevin Byard last season, they now have CJG back, Chauncey Gardner-Johnson, who played very well for them in 2022 and very well for the Lions last season. I don't know why Chauncey Gardner-Johnson wouldn't have re-signed with Detroit last year when he made it to the chip game. That surprised me. And they have James Bradbury, who's a career cornerback, as backup free safety. And that, I'm just going off in all different directions here. And that brought me to the idea of Stephon Gilmore playing free safety. Because sometimes when corners reach a certain age and they can't do it like they used to, playing man-to-man on a receiver or playing zone, some of them thrive at free safety. The one, I couldn't think of the name yesterday, for the 2000 Ravens, their free safety, Rod Woodson. They're fine. Got his name, yeah. Cornerback for Pittsburgh for many years, all-pro, Hall of Famer, and got to the point where he couldn't play corner no more. So for the Ravens, he played free safety, and he balled out at free safety. It was part of the best defense to ever play the game. The 2000 Ravens allowed 165 points in the 16-game season. That's 10 point some points a game, allowing less than 1,000 yards of rushing in the season. Something you'll never see again. Argument between them and 85 Bears. I wasn't even alive to see the 85 Bears play, but watching game replays and whatnot, and watching Baltimore, as a youth, the Ravens, to me, the best defense ever played. So, if we were to bring on Gilmore as a corner for depth, he's going to be 34 during the season. Maybe you try him out at free safety. And maybe Stephon Gilmore plays dominant at free safety. Like, whoa, man, he is, outfielding right here. And maybe that prolongs his career and he can play till 37, 38. Yeah, you never know. Just like the McCourty twins for the Patriots. It was Devin McCourty, who went from cornerback to free safety and dominated at free safety. So, to sign Stephon Gilmore and see what he can do at free safety, to me, is a great idea. Worst case scenario, he plays corner and we have crazy depth at corner. Crazy depth. Especially with Kalen Carson, some already nabbing the biggest deal in the draft. This team has talent at the wazoo. So then we go to Washington. And Dan Quinn, love him. Like we did with the defense for 3 seasons. I like how he drafted and developed certain players. First one being Micah Parsons. I thought Dan Quinn was out of his mind. I was like, this kid didn't even play in 2020. The COVID year, he's a year removed from football. And you're going to bring him into the NFL? He knew what he was doing. But being that he wasn't really all in a playoff game that we got routed against Green Bay, I don't think Dan Quinn was all the way there. I think he was thinking about, for sure, he's going to be a head coach as soon as these playoffs are over. That really pissed me off. And then him taking Biotish, Fowler and Armstrong with him, also pissed me off. If he'd have taken Al Harris with him, I'd have been livid. But Al Harris stayed. Thank the Lord he did. So Washington, their offensive line, nobody on it that I recognize except Tyler Biotish. Their tackles I've never heard of, and their guards I've never heard of. Sam Cosmi, right guard, I've think I've heard of. The tight end is Zach Ertz. Receivers, Terry McLaurin, Joan Dotson, and Luke McCaffrey. brother of uh, the running back and son of the receiver for Denver. Jaden Daniels, the rookie quarterback, and the running back is Austin Eckler from the Chargers. I think we're gonna get that rookie quarterback hell both times we play him this season. And then on defense, the defensive line looks pretty solid. Fowler and Armstrong are the starting ends. And this is as a depth chart right now. The depth chart will change throughout training camp, throughout preseason by week 1. I'm pretty sure a few names will be missing and a few will be added. So right now, Fowler and Armstrong are their starting defensive ends. For us, they were rotational pieces. And they have Deron Payne and Jonathan Allen in the middle, of course, good tandem defensive tackles. They run in a 4-3. At linebacker, they got Bobby Wagner in the middle. Yes, he's still kicking. They got Frank Louvu and Jamin Davis on the outside. Corners, you got Emmanuel Forbes and Benjamin St. Just. And their slot corner is somebody I've never heard of, Mike Sainveril, something like that. I don't know. Free safety, Quan Martin, haven't heard of him. Strong safety, Jeremy Chin, I know who that is. But Dan Quinn does his best with defense, and he makes players play better than they would without him. So the defense will be pretty good this year, I think. Washington will have a better defense than most people think. But their offense, especially with that offensive line, and Zach Ertz already passing of his career with a rookie quarterback, not saying in a couple years they can be something, but we're going to bounce them both times. Do you still jork it, Lord Shrek? Not exactly sure what that means. I do have Tourette syndrome, which manifests itself in coughs and tics and whatnot, but is what it is. And then last but not least, in our great division, the Giants. And same thing with them, really. Besides Andrew Thomas, their left tackle, the rest of the offensive line, their left guard, John Runyon, he's all right. His father was a hell of an offensive lineman who played for Philly. But besides Andrew Thomas and the center they got 2 drafts ago, John Michael Smith, he's okay. But other than that, Evan Neal's a bust at right tackle. Offensive line is not very good. You a trouser snake. I don't know, Lord Shrek. You do whatever you want to do with that. And Daniel Jones is still the running back. They don't have Saquon anymore. So the running back's Devin Singletary. As of right now, that's the starting running back. Darius Slayton on the outside. You got Malik Neighbors, rookie. Kill with speed. A lot of height behind him. And Wandale Robinson as slot receiver. Their tight end is Bellinger. No longer Darren Waller. That offense don't especially with Daniel Jones still at quarterback, that offense does not look like it's going to do much. And a lot of people said Giants got better this offseason. They lost their best offensive weapon in Saquon. Saquon Barkley was their best offensive weapon by a mile. And they had one interior offensive lineman that I did like who was gone. So besides their left tackle, man, last season we beat the Giants in a sweep as bad as we've ever beaten them. Put up more points on them than we ever have. And this season could be the same thing. The one thing they do have is a good front seven. They're running a 3-4 as of right now. Do you ever say the N-word due to your tics? N-word, nigga. Have a lot of black friends, Mexican friends. If they say it a lot, I'll say it. But I don't really go around saying nigga this, nigga that. Just not my style. The 3 down linemen for the Giants. And going about this, because you want to win your division first, right? If you sweep your division, that's 6 wins off the cuff. If you can sweep them, and then that probably gives you, a tiebreaker over every one of them if it came down to the same record. You win the division, you get a home playoff game in round one for sure. If you get the second seed like we did last season, you guarantee 2. If you get that 1 seed, all you got to do is get 1 win. You're in the chip game. This Giants defense, their front 3 basically is DJ Davidson. Then you got Dexter Lawrence and Roaches on the other end. Now the outside linebackers, pass rushers, Brian Burns, Kevin Thibodeau, pretty good. Bobby O'Keefe and McFadden, inside backers. Good front 7. Their corners right now, it's Deontay Banks and Cordell Fly. Deontay Banks is all right. Other corners not very good. Their slot corner, who I don't have listed right here, not very good either, at least so far in their careers. And then their safeties, Jason Pinnock and Dane Belton. I don't see how the Giants got better this year. Washington, the only reason why Washington got better is because they got a few of our guys. They got a rookie quarterback who they're expecting to play better than Sam Howell did. They got a new owner and a new head coach now, Dan Quinn. And Dan Quinn has coached defense 2 Super Bowls, won 1, and has head coached the team to a Super Bowl. Should have won it. But those 3, depth charts as of right now, on paper, don't seem to really shred what we got. And especially if, Tyron Smith, when he was drafted, he was 6'5", 320 pounds. Big guy. Tyler Guyton is 6'7", 330. About the same size as Tyron Smith, a little bit taller, a little bit heavier. And in the first few padded practices, he's going up against maybe the best pass rusher in the NFL, and Micah Parsons. And then if they want to give him a taste of a different style of end, then you got Tank Lawrence, you know what I mean, who's a different animal at that position. And so far he's looked great, and if he continues that throughout the offseason, unlike Tyler Smith, who was guard all offseason, all preseason, and then thrown at left tackle a week before game 1, Tyler Guyton will be at left tackle all offseason, all preseason. And he'll be going up against the likes of Micah Parsons, Tank Lawrence, Marshawn Nealon, the best we've got to throw at him. And that's going to make him better. You want him to practice against all pros like that. And if he comes out and plays as well as Tyler did in 2022, if not a little bit better, I'm confident Connor Beebe will be better than Biotish in his rookie season. Guy's got power and ass. Biotish, he was a technique guy, didn't have no ass. And if he played against a real nose tackle, he'd get pushed in Dak slap every time. This would be a young, strong, physical offensive line. Besides Zach Martin in year 11, your second oldest lineman would be Terrence Steele in year 5. And he'll be 100% this season. He wasn't last year. He will be this year. And 100%, Terrence Steele is just about the best run blocking right tackle in the NFL, as he showed in 2022 when he was healthy, and early 2021. So this season, he'll be 100% back from that torn knee. That's why the running back position is not worrying me right now. Rico Dowdle, behind a good offensive line, any running back can look good. DeMarco Murray was not as good as an 1,800-yard back. But with that offensive line they had in 2014, a running back of DeMarco Murray's statue could rush for over 1,800 yards. Now, if that had been Emmett behind that line, or Zeke, that would have been a 2,000-yard. They would have broke Eric Dickinson's record, like Adrian Peterson almost did, 2013. And with Zeke being the banger back, finally back home, and Dowdle basically being the change of pace back, if Deuce Vaughn can develop into a Darren Sproles type jitterbug back, or Malik Davis. He looked pretty good 2 years ago. If Malik Davis can turn it on, then that's, running back by committee, which is how it's done today in the NFL. Only a few teams have a three-down back. Derrick Henry, Nick Chubb, the only two that come to mind right now. And the cat that Atlanta drafted last season out of Texas. But other than that, there's not many three-down backs. It's running back by committee in today's NFL. And if you have a good run-blocking offensive line, then Zeke Elliott, Rico Dowdle, and whoever RB3 is going to be, they can get it done. I think Rico's going to have 1,300 yards on the ground. Zeke might, get close to 1,000, might not, I don't know. We'll see. But, and that run game was going to open up the pass game in a West Coast offense that this team is going on its second year. Last season was a brand new thing to them, brand new. It took them till after the bye week, really, to start picking it up. Because against the Giants, it was a defense, special teams, scoring points. Did pretty good against the Jets. Arizona, not so well. Whoever we beat after them, not so well. Oh, that was New England. And then San Francisco, not so well. And then even the Chargers, we put up 20, barely escaped. But after the bye week, started picking it up, started scoring points. It became a top 5 offense again. And last season, Brandon Cooks didn't get involved in the offense like a number 1 receiver playing receiver number 2 should until the last part of the season. He started clicking. This year, Brandon Cooks from start to finish is going to be wide receiver number 2, playing like a wide receiver 1. Across from a beast of an 88 that could be our best 88 we've ever had. Better than Dez, who personally is my favorite because of his attitude, and better than the playmaker. CeeDee Lamb is a special talent, and he wasn't the kind of guy that was like Justin Jefferson and Randy Moss that took off day one. He was the kind of receiver that needed some grooming and nurturing, Being that he was wide receiver 2 his first 2 seasons, helped him. And then his third year, they let Coop go, traded him, said, you're the man, Lamb. It took CD about half the season in his third year, and after that he figured it out and became an alpha number 1. Man, I would like to bring on Dano, who has big debates with me after the shows are uploaded. I'd like to bring him on and have like a undisputed type show, Skip and Shannon type deal. He'll be telling me why we're not as good as I think we are, and I'll be telling him why we are as good as I think we are. And then, real quick, last thing, you look at our depth chart as of right now. You're looking at Tyler Guyton, Tyler Smith, Connor Beebe, Zach Martin, Terrence Steele. 2 All-Pros in that lineup. A young, ready to go offensive line. Tight end Jake Ferguson in his third year, ready to have his breakout season. He has over 1,000 yards receiving this year as our tight end number 1. And then tight end number 2 and 3, Shoemaker and Hendershot as depth at tight end. Then wide receiver, CeeDee Lamb, Brandon Cooks. And then number 3 can be Jalen Tolbert, Kelvontae Turpin, Jalen Brooks. Either of the 3. Kelvontae's getting better at receiver in the NFL. Jalen Tolbert's starting to figure it out. Or 3, 4, and 5. A good 5 receiver set. Turpin, top end speed, and Brandon Cooks still ain't no slowpoke. And then in the backfield, Zeke, Rico, and most likely Deuce. And I'd be very shocked if Deuce don't make the roster in his second year. And then Dak, back at it again in his 9th season. It took Peyton till his 9th year, to Brees till his 9th year to make that run. And I like what they said on Speak for Yourself when they were talking about Dak in his contract and this and that. And they were talking about Michael Parsons' excuse of why we've struggled in the playoffs last few years. James Jones even said in the postseason, it doesn't just fall on Dak's shoulders. It doesn't just fall on the defensive shoulders. It's got to be a team effort. In 2010, that Green Bay team, it wasn't Aaron Rodgers slinging a rock to get them all the way to AT&T Stadium to beat Pittsburgh. No, the defense, special teams, and offense came together as a collective unit. All played good in every game. Just like the '06 Colts. It wasn't Peyton Manning lighting it up in January to get them to beat the Bears. No. It was defense, special teams, offense, all playing good every game. Even the 15-6 ball game, the Colts won over Baltimore in the divisional round at Baltimore. Defense held the Ravens to 6 points. Peyton only got 5 field goals, but Peyton didn't turn the ball over. Not one turnover, not one giveaway. He was smart. He knew what kind of ball game it was. Complimentary football. In 2009, with the Saints, same thing. It wasn't Drew Brees throwing them to the Super Bowl. It was offense, defense, and special teams playing good in the same game together. That's all the Cowboys got to do in January. All 3 phases come together and play well at the same time. That's the magic formula. That's the magic sauce. That's it. Shit, man, it is late. 12:28. So it's technically the 3rd, Saturday morning. Guys, please hit that subscribe button. Help me get to 500. As soon as I do, whoever subbed will have that raffle for the Emmitt Smith Rookie of the Year card. Whoever wins it, we'll figure out a way to mail it to you. Or if you live in the area, hell, I'll bring it to you. And then when I hit 1,000, the Larry Allen autographed football. May he still rest in peace. Those are 2 damn good prizes. Better prizes than other channels give away. You know, prizes that are worth something monetarily. And the Emmitt Smith Rookie of the Year card, the more time goes by, the more it's going to go up. Because nobody will ever break his record. It's a different league now. No one's ever going to rush for as many yards as he did in his career. Everybody who jumped in, I do appreciate it. Lord Shrek, even though you were kind of messing with me, subscribe if you can, please. The red subscribe button is free, everybody. I implore you, please hit it. Help this channel grow. This channel will become one of the big times. I guarantee you it'll be one of the ones you look forward to watching. I've got 30 years watching this team. Played the game my entire youth. Been a student in the game my entire life. Football is a way of life for me. In my life, it's God, family, and the NFL. And then country. Sorry, but true, man. Without the NFL, my life wouldn't be the same. I live for this shit. And this show will, once it's 500 and 1,000, it will grow exponentially. I guarantee you, everybody will be understanding who Charles and George Cowboy Sports Report is. If I'd have known this was as easy to start your own deal, I'd have had my own show in 2014, and by now I had 200,000 subscribers. But, you know, better late than never. Some people jumping in right as I'm about to close it down. Check me out tomorrow. I'll be on tomorrow again. I'm going to try to get somebody on that I can debate, because there's so many people, even our people, thinking the season is going to be a wash. I don't understand people thinking, you know, Cowboys might make the playoffs. You know, I've got them at 9, 10 wins. That might be good for the 7th seed. Get real. Get real. Look at the roster. And look at 2022's offseason. Quit forgetting things that happened the other day. Look at the offseason of 2022. Remember who we lost, who we brought in, and what everybody said was about the season. You know, it was a punt season. We were an injury away from getting to the NFC Championship game. Tony Pollard don't break his leg against San Fran. We beat San Fran in the Bay that day. I guarantee you that. He was the 2nd most explosive player in the NFL that season behind a cheetah. You lose Tony Pollard in the 2nd quarter. Then who you got? Zeke with a torn PCL. You got CeeDee Lamb, but they triple cover him because you got Gallup with one leg. You don't have Brandon Cooks at the time. You don't have a Jake Ferguson. You have a Dalton Schultz. Jake Ferguson is 10 times the tight end Dalton Schultz will ever be when Jake Ferguson peaks. and they'll start peaking this season. It's bread and circus while your country is being destroyed. Man, I've got a Trump van sticker on the back of my van. Josh, if Kamala gets elected, yeah, this country be going down the shitter real quick. Real quick. But NFL is a place for me to escape. I love it. Played the game my entire youth. I've been a student my entire life. Now I'm going to vote this year. And if Trump and Vance get in office, this country will get back to where it needs to be. I'm a small businessman. I have a small painting business. So I've suffered the consequences of the Biden administration the last 4 years. Trust me, my business has been cut in half. And I've got till the 14th to find a new house. Once Trump gets back in there, give him 6, 8 months, the economy will be a hell of a lot better. I've got Tourette syndrome. It manifests itself in coughs and tics and whatnot. I don't have the kind where I shout stuff out. It's just that. So, no, I'm not sick. It's just is what it is. But I'm very, very aware of what's going on right now in politics. I watch it every day. I watch Fox News every day. But this is my escape. This is the Cowboys, NFL. We ain't been to the Super Bowl since I was in 3rd grade, and I'm ready to make a trip back. You know what I mean? Tommy Thunder, just found your channel. Cowboys suck. Respectfully, I'm a Giants fan. That's what we need. That's what we do in our division. Yeah. Tommy, I like that. Josh. Hey, Tommy and Josh, please subscribe. I'm getting close to 500 before I shut this down. When I hit 500, I'll have an Emmitt Smith rookie card giveaway. Tommy Thunder. Yes, sir. And even if you're not a Cowboy fan, Emmitt Smith rookie card, it's a Rookie of the Year card. It's worth some. And the more time goes by, hell, give it to your kid when you get older. And by that time, it should be worth a hell of a lot of money. Nobody will ever break his all-time rushing record. It's a passing league now. Nobody will ever get close to it. And then when they hit 1,000 subscribers, I'll have a Larry Allen autographed football giveaway. May he rest in peace. The best offensive lineman ever played a game. This show will have actually real good prizes to give out. I see these other shows giving out these bobbleheads and bullshit prizes. Who wants a bobblehead? Like, really? I wouldn't even go to the mailbox for that. But if somebody's, a rookie card, autograph, merchandise, that's something. I'm 82 away or 80 away from 500. So please hit that red subscribe button, guys. I'll be back on tomorrow. Keep God first and foremost. He goes before everything, even this. Seek Him and His righteousness, and all these other things will be added unto you. I need to start mixing them in more into my shows. Thank you, everybody who dropped in. Tommy Thunder. Watch the video after it uploads because I hit on the Giants and went through their current depth chart as it is right now. I did that with the whole division. But yeah, be safe tonight. Don't do nothing crazy. Be safe tomorrow night. Don't do nothing crazy. I'm 37, so my partying days are behind me. You have a good night, guys. I'll catch y'all tomorrow, most likely tomorrow. Y'all be safe. Love every single one of y'all. Charles in Charge Cowboy Sports Report is out. Deuce.